Next segment, talk about in the free agency. We talked about the Giants a lot, how they may have been a winner. Now that arises the questions: can the Giants become the NFC East favorite next year? Let's go with Arsenal. You like the Eagles over there?
Honestly, you have to say yes. I think every team aside from Philly can win that division with an equal chance. And even if Philly wasn't in either cap hell or the current situation that we're in, if we still had Wentz and whatnot, I still don't think we have a shot at winning the division right now. Like I said, we talked earlier, they got Galladay, they got a Dory Jackson, but some other signings that will help them out is they got Zach Fulton, who is another guard to come over to. He won't replace Kevin Zeitler, but he'll come over and he'll be a serviceable guard. He's got some kind of tackle flexibility if they want to throw him out and maybe right tackle, but I think they'll keep him on the inside. They got John Ross, who, John Ross has been in the league for 4 seasons now. He was the 7th pick in 2016, 2017? 2017. He was the 7th pick, I think, or 8th, one of the two. And he broke the record for the combine speed for the 40-yard dash, and he's just never amounted to anything. When he's healthy, he's shown flashes that he can be a very good deep threat, but he's just never been able to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy for the Giants, that's a very good receiving core with him, Sterling Shepard, Kenny Galladay, and Darius Slayton. And the big question mark surrounding the Giants is obviously it's Daniel Jones. How is Daniel Jones going to play? Right. I think he's going to have his best season yet, even with the offensive line being kind of not good, for lack of better words. I think with the receivers that he has, he'll have a healthy Saquon to open up the pass game. Now, this is assuming there's no major injuries to anybody else, but I think that his good receiver play and Saquon being back will just make the game slower and easier for him. I mean, even last season, I want to say, I could be wrong about the exact timeline, but I want to say on the second half of the season last year, he only threw 1 interception. Now, the big knock on him is he fumbles the ball a lot. He was the only quarterback that fumbled the ball more than Carson Wentz. And that's the biggest knock I had on Wentz when he was with Philly, is he just fumbled the ball all the time. So he gives the ball back, not through the air, but on the ground. And that's a big issue that they got to work on. And then I talked about it and touched on it, but their secondary is probably the best in that division. You can argue football team since they got William Jackson, but I think what separates them from the football team is their safeties. Logan Ryan, I don't know if he'll play free safety. That's what he did last year. I could see them moving him to slot corner if they want to play Xavier McKinney over at free safety. They got Jabril Peppers at strong safety, who is probably, in my opinion, he's one of the most underrated safeties in the game. He just has so much energy on the field and has such an impact that doesn't show up in a box score all the time. And James Bradbury, arguably one of his best seasons of his career, he just had with the Giants after coming over from Carolina. And then Dory Jackson. Now, he hasn't been the best coverage corner, but like I said earlier, he's one of the best run defending corners. He has a very good tackle percentage in the open field. So if he can just get that coverage down, even if he's just the guy to guard the deep threats, I think their secondary can lift that entire defense to a better level. And also, not to mention, they re-signed Leonard Williams, who's played better there than he ever did on the Jets. They re-signed him, 3 years, $36 million, something around that figure. He'll probably run D-tackle for him instead of defensive end. He had more success at D-tackle, especially since they lost Dalvin Tomlinson. So, yeah, I think the Giants have a very possible chance to win the NFC East.
Okay, I think I'll go next. For me, man, I'm gonna say no. I don't like them as the favorites going into the year. Honestly, I got them third in the division this next season. I got them coming in third. I see the Cowboys having a better season than them, and I see the football team having a better season. I probably would have bet my money on the football team winning the division again, just because I like what they're doing. Their cultural change there. Ron Rivera had a great year coaching them, coming off cancer recovery as well. So I really like how they're changing their culture in Washington. They got Chase Young, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's a stud. Matthew Adianis was hurt for them all last year almost. So he's going to be coming back. So their whole front's going to be back, plus Montez Sweat off the edge. And like you said, they signed William Jackson. I like that. But they also signed Curtis Samuel. I think he'll be a great pickup for them. Whoever's throwing them the ball next year, I feel like that's going to – him with Terry and Antonio Gibson, I really like those three. I especially like Antonio Gibson. He had a great year last year as a rookie running back for them. So their offense is starting to come together. Their O-line is already good to decent, in my opinion. They're really good at run blocking. They just, like I said, they need to work on the passing game on offense, and I think they'll easily be number one. Then with the Cowboys, they got the best quarterback in the division. He's easily the quarterback I can give the ball to who can get a game-winning drive in that division. Easily, right now at least. They got the weapons. I think I said this a couple podcasts ago. I think CeeDee Lamb will have a breakout year. Him, Michael Gallup, and Amari Cooper, those three-headed monsters. I think Zeke will have a good year with Dak back in the lineup. Now, the O-line is questionable. A lot of pieces got hurt, and they're getting older. But I still think if they have a full season together, that O-line will start getting better again. The tight end, they got Schultz at tight end. Dalton Schultz, I remember. He's solid. So I like their offense. Like I said, the Cowboys is their defense. But I got them drafting Caleb Farley, the cornerback. I think he's going to be a stud in the NFL. I like him out of college. I hope the Cowboys draft him. I know they're either, if they don't draft him, I mean, they could go with the other corner, Patrick Certain, possibly.
That's who they're going to
I like both of them. I'd rather pick Caleb, in my opinion. And then you said they signed Keanu Neal. I think that's a solid pickup, moving a linebacker. I don't know how he'll fit in, though. Jalen Smith, Leighton Van Der Esch, they got to play better. So, like, the defense, they need to come together next year. Like, after they got their money, you saw DeMarcus Lawrence took a step back, Jalen Smith. They both took a step back last year. The problem with the Cowboys is the biggest thing is their coaching. I don't like Mike McCarthy coaching them or defensive coordinator. I forgot his name, honestly, because he should have been fired last year. But, Jerry Jones, he runs the show. So the coaching and the staff organization like Jerry Jones, that's probably the reason they're probably not going to do anything this upcoming year. But it's a shame because I think they have probably one of the most talented offenses coming together for next year. So I'm excited to see what they can do possibly because, everybody is going to be paying attention to Dak and how he plays off injury. So they're going to be interesting. The Giants, like y'all said, Daniel Jones, I think I heard a stat that he fumbled, I think his rookie year, he fumbled in every single game his rookie year or close. He has something like that. Now, he didn't lose every fumble, of course, but that fumbling issue is a big problem because, possessions are key in football. You don't get a lot of them. So, and the line play, their line play wasn't that good this year. I like the weapons they got, trust me. Wideouts look fine now with Kenny Golladay as the number one. Darius Slayton's still there. Evan Ingram, he had a decent year. He needs to step up next year for them to do anything, in my opinion. Then the defensive side of the ball, I feel like they'll draft Micah Parsons at their draft pick. I feel like he'll help them a lot if they're able to get him. But that defensive line, I feel like they got a lot of run stoppers, but I feel like they need more pass rushers. And that's where Micah will come in, obviously. I think he ran like a 4.37, and this is like 250 pounds. Like, these dudes on defensive ends and linebackers, they're running crazy 40s nowadays. So him getting drafted to the Giants, I think that would be a good pickup, but it comes down to Daniel Jones for me. He's just, I don't know, man. Danny Dimes is his nickname.
Well, I can
But
confirm that earlier today the Giants. There was a source that said Dave Gettleman, if he's available, will be drafting Devontae Smith at 11. So I don't think there's any chance that they get Micah Parsons.
they have the 11th pick?
They have the 11th pick.
I thought they had the 8th.
No, 8th is Carolina.
11th.
I do want to say the Cowboys also will not take Farley because of his back injury.
I think Devontae Smith will be drafted before then.
Nah. I mean, I don't want to turn this into a draft thing, but I think Jalen Waddle will be taken before Devontae Smith. I think Jalen Waddle is better than Devontae Smith. I think he'll probably end up going to the Waddle will probably go to the Lions.
Yeah.
R.I.P. his career.
One more thing.
Jared Goff.
One more thing about Daniel Jones. I know I seen a stat. It was since last year he was 4-0 against the Washington football team, but his record against everybody else is like 2-20 something.
He must love him some football team.
They got a winning problem over there right now. It's when he's quarterback. So that's all I gotta say.
I want to say yes and no because I think they're going to tie with first place, but they're going to be second in the division. I think that they're going to tie. And it's going to be hard. I think the football team going to be third because they're going to have quarterback problems. They're going to have quarterback problems throughout the year. They're probably going to jump around, see how everything goes between like you said, if they get Mac Jones, between the three of them, or it could just jump between Heineke and Fitzpatrick. So it could go either way. Dallas is probably going to lead the division just because of the talent on offense, but their defense is horrific. We know that already. But just because of the talent on the offense and Dak being back, I think he's going to try and play and prove that he was worth that money. So he's going to try and ball out. But I think the Giants are going to tie with them, but I feel like they're going to lose the tiebreaker. I feel like the Giants are going to beat them in the division in the season series. I say both teams go 10-6. I say probably maybe a little bit too much for the Giants, but I think the Giants will have a top defense next year. The Giants will have a top defense next year, and that's going to be the reason why they succeed. Especially if they get good field position. Field position is going to be a major thing with Daniel Jones because he doesn't have to march up the field. If you do have to march up the field, you got Saquon, do a little dump off, read options, whatever you can do. Like you said, Austin, Saquon Barkley, him being back is going to probably lift it's a weight off Daniel Jones' shoulder. Because Wayne Ellington, he wasn't bad, but he's not Saquon. So I think they're going to tie with first. But they're going to be second. But they're going to be good, though. They're going to be good, for sure.
Okay.
Yo, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you know when we post next. All right? Peace.